2023, Dubai. Watch these two men. They just flew 4,000 miles from London, 7 hours on a plane. They're here for one reason, this container. Inside is 6 months of work, their entire operation, everything they've risked, everything they've built. In about 30 seconds, they're going to open those doors. And when they do, their lives will be over. But they don't know that yet. To understand why this moment destroys them, we need to go back to where this all started, back to a 29-year-old from East London who thought he'd figured out the perfect crime. His name was Waheed Yousef. Look at this face. Waheed Yousef, 29 years old, Ilford, East London, and for 6 months, December 2022 to May 2023, he ran what he genuinely believed was the perfect criminal operation. And honestly, he wasn't wrong, at least not at first. Here's what Waheed figured out. Rich people in the UK have expensive cars, Range Rovers, Land Rovers, BMWs, cars that cost £60,000, £80,000, £100,000. And these cars are everywhere, on driveways, at dealerships, just sitting there. Now most people see a Range Rover and think, nice car. Waheed saw something different. He saw £50,000 in parts, an engine worth £8,000, a transmission worth £5,000. Body panels, electronics, wheels. Everything has value. And if you know where to sell those parts, you can make a fortune. So Waheed built a system, and it was beautiful from a criminal standpoint. 3 a.m., residential streets, 2-man teams. They'd identify a target, let's say a Range Rover Sport on someone's driveway. Keyless entry, which means it's vulnerable. See, your car key constantly broadcasts a signal. That's how keyless entry works. Car recognizes the key. Doors unlock automatically when you walk up. Convenient for you. But here's the problem. Thieves can buy a £100 device that amplifies that signal. Your keys are inside your house, maybe on a hallway table. Device picks up the signal, sends it to the car. Car thinks the key is right there. Doors unlock. Engine starts. 30 seconds, that's all it takes. Car's gone. Waheed wasn't doing this alone. He had a team. Mohammed Bukhari, 28, the transporter. His job was moving stolen cars from crime scenes to the facility. Stanley van der Berg, 25 deliveries. He'd drive the stolen vehicles to the chopshop. And that facility, that's where the magic happened. An industrial unit in Braintree, Essex. From outside, completely normal, just another warehouse. Inside, car lifts, professional tools, everything you need to strip an £80,000 Range Rover down to components in 4 hours. Waheed had workers, David, George, Ravaz, guys who could dismantle anything. Engines out, transmissions out, body panels off, doors removed, seats, electronics, wheels, everything. By sunrise, a stolen car was just a pile of parts ready for sale. Some parts stayed in the UK, sold to dodgy mechanics, people looking for cheap replacements. Cash business, no questions asked. But the really valuable stuff, the engines, transmissions, complete front ends, that went international. They'd pack parts into shipping containers, export them. And there's a huge market for European luxury car parts in certain places. Buyers who want Range Rovers and BMWs but can't afford the import taxes. If you can buy the parts separately and reassemble them, much cheaper. And it worked. God, it worked. Every week, more cars stolen. Every week, more money coming in. £2.8 million worth of vehicles over 6 months. That's 70 plus cars. 70 families waking up to find their cars gone. 70 driveways empty. 70 insurance claims. But Waheed didn't think about that. He thought about the money. And he thought he was too smart to get caught. He was wrong. If you're hooked, hit subscribe. We cover cases like this weekly. Now, here's where it all started to fall apart. May 2023. A Land Rover gets stolen from a driveway in Essex. Owner reports it immediately. Police log it. Vehicle tracker is active, but the car's not moving. It just disappears. Weeks pass. No pings, no movement. The owner assumes it's gone forever. Probably already stripped down or shipped abroad. Insurance claim gets filed. And then the tracker activates. Suddenly, after weeks of silence, the Land Rover's GPS pings. It's not moving, just sitting somewhere in Essex. Police triangulate the location. An industrial unit in Braintree. Now, put yourself in the shoes of Essex police. You've just located a stolen vehicle. You've got an address, standard procedure. Go in, make arrests, recover the vehicle, press charges, case closed. But something makes them hesitate. Because if there's one stolen car at this location, maybe there are more. Maybe this isn't just a storage spot. Maybe this is something bigger. So they watch. Unmarked cars, plainclothes officers, surveillance. And what they see over the next few weeks confirms everything. Vehicles arriving at night, different people coming and going, a white van that shows up regularly, containers being loaded. This isn't some guy storing a stolen car. This is an operation. This is organized crime. So police make a decision. Don't raid yet. Watch, learn, identify everyone involved, build the complete picture. For weeks, they surveil the facility. They run plates on every vehicle. They identify faces. Waheed Yousef seems to be the boss. Mohammed Bukhari, always transporting. Stanley van der Berg, bringing in fresh vehicles. The workers inside, David, George, Rivaz. They're building a network map. Who does what? Who reports to whom? Who's moving the stolen property? Where it's going? And then, something happens that changes everything. They watch a shipping container being loaded. Over several nights, stolen car parts get packed inside. They watch it being sealed. They watch it being collected by a freight company. And they follow it. The container goes to a UK port. It's scheduled to be loaded onto a cargo ship. Destination? Dubai. Now police have a choice. They could seize the container right now. It's full of stolen property, engines, transmissions, body panels from at least 7 high-value vehicles, hundreds of thousands of pounds of evidence. They could arrest everyone tonight. But they don't. Instead, they call port authorities. They ask them to intercept the container before it's loaded. Open it. Inspect it. Inside, exactly what they suspected. Parts from Range Rovers, Land Rovers, BMWs. Serial numbers still visible. Every piece traceable to a stolen vehicle. It's perfect evidence. Police photograph everything, document it all. Serial numbers, part types, packaging, everything they need for court. And then they make a decision that will define this entire case. They remove everything. Every single part comes out. The container is completely emptied. And then, and this is where it gets interesting, they seal it back up. And they let it continue to Dubai. Think about that for a second. Police have just discovered a major organized crime ring. They have the evidence. They have the suspects identified. They could end this operation right now. Make arrests, get convictions, justice served. But instead, they're letting an empty shipping container sail 4,000 miles to Dubai. Why? To understand why, you need to understand what police realized. This isn't just about catching criminals. This is about sending a message. Here's what Essex police know at this point. Waheed's gang has been doing this for months. They've shipped multiple containers to Dubai before. They have buyers there. They have a pipeline. This is established business for them. And here's what they don't know: that the police are watching, that their facility has been compromised, that the container currently sailing to Dubai is completely empty. So for 2 weeks, while that container crosses the ocean, Waheed and his gang continue operating. Business as usual. They steal more cars, process more parts. They think everything's fine. Another Range Rover disappears from a driveway in Hertfordshire, driven to Braintree, stripped down, parts catalogued, some sold locally. Best pieces saved for the next container. Waheed's probably thinking about money. Mohammed's coordinating pickups. Stanley's scouting for new targets. The workers are busy at the facility. Life is good. The operation is running smoothly. Dubai container will arrive soon. Buyer will inspect it. Payment will transfer. Just another successful shipment. June 2023. The container arrives in Dubai. 2 members of Waheed's organization book flights. They're going to meet the container, verify contents, coordinate with the buyer. Standard procedure. They've done this before. 7-hour flight from London to Dubai. Land at Dubai International. Clear customs. Maybe they're tired from the flight. Maybe they're excited about the payday. Maybe they're thinking about how hot it's going to be at the port. What they're not thinking about is police. Because while they're in the air, something else is happening back in the UK. June 27th, 5 a.m. Before sunrise, police vans gather across 3 counties: Essex, Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, multiple teams, dozens of officers, all coordinating for a single moment. They're checking addresses one more time. Waheed Yousef in Ilford, Mohammed Bukhari in Luton, Stanley van der Berg in Borehamwood. The workers at the Braintree facility. Everyone's been located. The timing has to be perfect. Simultaneous arrests. No one can tip anyone off. If one person gets a warning call, the rest scatter. Dubai, 2 p.m. The 2 men arrive at the port. It's 42 degrees Celsius. Desert heat. They're sweating before they even get out of the car. They check in with port authorities, show documentation, locate their container. London region, 10 a.m. Teams are in position. Final radio checks. Everyone's ready. On someone's signal, this all happens at once. Dubai. Their container is being moved. Heavy machinery, metal clanging. It gets lowered into position. They walk toward it. Ilford. Officers approach Waheed's door. Quietly, no sirens, not yet. Dubai. One of them has the keys. He walks up to the container lock. Luton. Mohammed Bukhari is inside his house, probably still asleep. Doesn't hear the police outside. Dubai. The lock comes off. They're about to open the doors. Across the UK, the signal is given. Dubai. Container doors creak open, slowly. That heavy metal sound. Sunlight floods into the darkness inside. UK. Doors get kicked in. Simultaneous. 3 locations. Armed police shouting, "Police, don't move." Dubai. The container doors swing fully open. It's empty. Imagine you're standing there, in Dubai, in the heat. You just flew 4,000 miles. This container represents months of work, hundreds of thousands of pounds, your entire operation. And it's empty. You look inside again. Maybe the parts are pushed to the back? No. Maybe wrong container. Check the number. No, this is your container. Same number, same documentation, same arrival date. It's just empty. Your partner looks at you. You look at him. Neither of you understands. Has someone stolen from you? Did the buyer take it early? Was there a shipping error? You pull out your phone. Call Waheed. Should go straight to him. Voicemail. Try Mohammed. Voicemail. Try the facility. No answer. Try Stanley. voicemail. Try the workers, nothing. 7 calls, 7 voicemails, nobody's answering. And that's when the panic actually starts. Because this isn't about the empty container anymore. This is about everyone going silent simultaneously. Something's catastrophically wrong. Back in London, police are inside Waheed's house, handcuffs on. He's being read his rights. His phone on the table, ringing. Dubai caller ID. They let it go to voicemail. At the Braintree facility, the 3 workers are on the ground, surrounded by stolen car parts, parts from dozens of vehicles, engines with serial numbers, transmissions, body panels, all evidence, all traceable. In Luton, Mohammed's in custody. In Borehamwood, Stanley's been arrested. Police are seizing everything: computers, phones, documents, financial records, tools. The entire facility becomes a crime scene. They find parts from more than 70 stolen vehicles. They find false plates. They find shipping paperwork detailing previous Dubai containers. It's all there. The complete operation laid out in front of them. In Dubai, the 2 men are still at the port, still confused, still trying to figure out what happened. They're calling the shipping company now. Was there a mistake? Did our container get mixed up? Company checks their records. No mistake. That's your container. It arrived sealed. It's been sealed the entire journey. So if it arrived sealed and empty, it was empty when it left the UK. And that's when they start to understand. Not fully, not yet, but enough to know they need to get out of Dubai. Something's very, very wrong back home. They book return flights, first available. They probably spend the entire flight anxious, confused, trying to piece it together. Maybe they've been robbed by their own gang. Maybe someone betrayed them. They're not thinking police yet, not fully. They land at London Heathrow, clear customs, head to baggage claim, and they see police waiting for them. Now they understand. June 2024, 1 year later, Chelmsford Crown Court, all 8 defendants standing for sentencing. The judge has heard everything. 6 months of organised car theft, 70-plus vehicles worth £2.8 million, the sophisticated operation, the international smuggling, the victims who woke up to find their cars gone. Waheed Yousef, the mastermind, 6 years, 1 month. Mohammed Bukhari, the transporter, 4 years, 7 months. Stanley van der Berg, deliveries, 4 years, 8 months. The facility workers, David Nakashidze, George Abzendadze, Revaz Mumladze, 3 to 4 years each. Lucas Meskauskas and Michael Casey, arrested later, additional sentences. Total, 36 years and 4 months between 8 men. The judge called it highly sophisticated and professionally planned. He noted the widespread theft and distress caused to victims. He said they showed no regard for public safety. But here's what the judge didn't say, couldn't say officially, but everyone in that courtroom was thinking it. These men weren't just caught, they were humiliated. Because think about what the police did. They could have raided the Braintree facility in May 2023, made arrests, recovered stolen property, standard policing, job done. But they didn't. They chose to wait. They chose to watch. They chose to empty that container and let it sail to Dubai. They chose to time the arrests for the exact moment 2 gang members were standing in Dubai, staring into an empty container. That's not just law enforcement. That's psychological warfare. Police made these criminals feel exactly what their victims felt: powerless, confused, violated. They made them fly 4,000 miles just to experience that moment of realization. And they made sure every other criminal in the UK heard about it. Today, all 8 men are in British prisons, serving their sentences. And I guarantee you, every single day they think about that container, about Dubai, about opening those doors to nothing, about how they thought they were smarter than the police. But this case is bigger than 8 criminals, because car theft in the UK is epidemic right now. Over 130,000 vehicles stolen in 2023, one every 4 minutes, and most of them keyless entry cars like this gang targeted. If you drive a keyless car, get a signal blocking pouch for your keys. Costs £10, stops relay attacks. Don't leave keys near your door. These gangs are opportunistic. They target the easiest vehicles. Because what this case proves is that police are adapting. They're not just reactive anymore. They're strategic, they're patient, and sometimes they're willing to let you think you're winning just to make your fall that much harder. The message to every criminal watching this: police might know right now. They might be watching. They might be building a case while you think you're succeeding. And when they finally move, it won't just be an arrest. It'll be a statement. So that's the story. Waheed Yousef and his £2.8 million car theft empire, the police trap, the empty container in Dubai, and 8 men who learned that being smart isn't the same as being smarter than the police. If this case got you, do 3 things. Hit like, seriously, it pushes this to more people. Subscribe because I've got more UK cases that'll blow your mind. And share this with someone who needs to hear this story. Trust me, they haven't heard about this one yet. Drop a comment. Was what the police did brilliant, or did they cross a line? Because I genuinely think this is the most debatable part of the case. Some say genius, some say cruel. What do you say? Next video drops in 3 days. A Birmingham gang that thought they found a foolproof way to launder £3 million. Spoiler, they didn't. And what happened to them is somehow even more shocking than this. Until then, lock your cars, protect your keys, and remember, if the police are letting you win, you're probably already caught.